welcome to another show, The Heel Heat. It's Paulinho with the Casual Wrestling Guy and a very special guest, Wrestling with Honey, to preview predictions for Fastlane. I didn't watch SmackDown last night, so I'll go with what you guys are telling me. And you guys will surprise me.
I'm going to watch it over.
Pause
I'm
this.
put it on again.
Go watch SmackDown because this discussion can't even start without that context.
I want you guys to tell me and surprise me and shock me of what happened last night.
I technically did shock him with one fact that he was like, "Oh, he showed up last night." So
it's one of those
really
shows.
It.
It's one of those like go home shows where it's like nothing miraculous happened, but a lot of like innuendos and hints and like, this is what we're doing. Okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, all right. Not to mention, kudos to Triple H and Shawn Michaels for making NXT so fucking must see. Like, my God, that to me, I love wrestling all week, but NXT to me is like the one show where I feel like I miss something whenever I miss a show.
Oh, it's back to like the black and gold.
It's almost there.
Ish.
Like it's not black and gold.
Ish.
But like white and gold is like a very it's getting to where it's like, okay, it almost feels like the Tyler Black, Biggie Langston, that era. It's not like Tommaso, Adam Cole, where like you get bangers after bangers after bangers and you have hitters left, right, and center. It's more so like you have your core group of guys and girls and you have so much up and coming talent, but you kind of are just waiting for them to really break out.
Okay.
So it's
like you can see it forming. It's like we're coming into a new age of an NXT. A new NXT is forming. Something's going down.
Think about it. When we first saw 2.0, it's like I told you I hated Braun Breaker, and I'm like, there's no way that they can change my mind.
We couldn't stand it.
I'm a fan. They figured out how to get to me. I'm a fan. This dude is a fucking beast.
I can't believe I'm watching again.
It's like they literally took Vince's chicken garbage, like scraps of used chicken, and made fucking tikka masala out of this shit. It is so good.
Yeah, it's good.
Braun Breaker as a heel is literally the best decision they've ever made.
Genius.
And to just have him be the type of heel where he is he's like Austin, but like he's the Goldberg that we also wanted when we got Goldberg for the first time. It's not like he's not some ECW, WCW like knockoff diluted version. He's Braun Breaker through and through, without all the Technicolor BS, without all the bubblegum pop bullshit. He's just Braun Breaker. He's that dog. They threw him in black.
He's a dude with an attitude.
Beard, and was just like, yo, see ball, get ball, wreck ball. Like he's literally like he's the edge rusher that you just don't want to see on a Sunday. And it's like no matter if he wins, lose, draws, his matches are so damn like I'm uncomfortable watching.
So they made him into the character type that we always say. Does it need a belt to be
right?
Yeah, like him getting the title
relevant
to be relevant. Yeah,
I don't care.
And he doesn't even need it.
No, in NXT he doesn't. But he's the type of character where I'm like, he's Kevin Owens when Kevin Owens came up and beat John Cena. That's what I want right now. It's like the one like I wouldn't be upset if he beat Gunther. I don't think that's the story you want to go with. But I could 100% see him coming up, showing up, beating Gunther for the Intercontinental title. And I wouldn't even be upset.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense for him to go after Ray and just like eviscerate Ray real quick and just take the title. Like that's where I'm at with him. Like immediately pull him up to the main roster, don't announce it, do like you did with Dragon Lee, because they called Dragon Lee up and nobody knew about it.
And I'm liking it.
I'm loving it because they're trying to make him as the next Rey Mysterio. Like he's the next lucha that's gonna like sell merch. But
they're really, really, really bringing it to that level.
but he's separate from Rey Mysterio. Like he's not Rey Mysterio. He's Dragon Lee, but you can tell that like he's the lucha that you want, that we're gonna build a company around in the future. He's the luchador that we're gonna build a company around in terms of like the merch, like the caricature, all of that. Like he's the guy, and it's firmly that he's the guy. There's no question. There's no nothing. And it's like we're immediately gonna make him into the babyface that's gonna be like clearly mid-card babyface, always gonna be there. Not sure if he's ever gonna rise to the level of Rey Mysterio. Like I'm not gonna call him that, but he's firmly going to be a mid-card guy, and he's probably always gonna be a babyface.
The one that you can always depend on.
Yes, he's gonna be that dependable babyface.
Very lucha.
What he was supposed to be, pretty much.
Yes, but the beautiful part is he has a bit more size, and he's a bit taller, so he's an actual threat to most people.
He's a bigger stud than most luchadors, which is more impressive. Like he could go at Santos, he could go at big guys, like other big guys, like you know what I'm saying,
and it not look crazy.
Yeah, and he's good. He is very good.
No, and he's very good. He's very good.
He's clean. He's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what's it called? Andrade had to talk with him. Because anytime anybody was from Mexico was looking at going to WWE, Andrade was the one they talked to. And this is why I said, like, them fucking up Andrade, they didn't realize they fucked themselves up bad.
Okay. Vince fucked up Andrade. Like let's Vince fucked up Andrade. Let's
Andrade
not say
did deserve
because Triple H knew how to book Andrade. Andrade was
because he was booked fine on NXT. Perfect. Like, he was with Zelina.
I remember the what Andrade Cien Almas when he was a joke, and then went from that
with that feather cap hat.
The Magic Mike look.
Yeah, and then completely. You saw the journey, you saw the growth, and you rooted for him to win that title. And like his match with Drew still stands out to me as one of the most underrated NXT title matches ever.
Well, I agree with that one, but I would also add him and who's now Malachi, but Aleister Black's match to that.
That was also a banger that I didn't expect. Because again, that's a matchup that like the styles don't mix, but it worked so well. Oh, also I heard a crap ton that 2024 is like our like LeBron off season for wrestling. Everybody's coming off the books 2024. Like we're talking
bidding. Don't you know there's going to be a bidding war too?
Oh no, I love it, and I'm hoping that Aleister Black reconsiders.
Please come back.
That they find a way to bring House of Black to WWE.
Please. Oh
and
my God,
just merge them with the Viking Raiders. Just engross them with the Viking Raiders and give me a 5-man stable. Because the one thing Triple H and Shawn Michaels have done is it makes me love stables now. I want stables. Everybody needs to be in a stable. Just everybody. Everybody needs to be in a stable because stables are the best thing ever. Literally, he turned Judgment Day from a fucking joke, a punchline, to the most over thing in the company.
Judgment Day was just the name of a pay-per-view before this faction came along.
And not even that, the faction that wasn't even theirs to begin with. Like it was something completely different. They kicked out the original guy. They meandered for a little bit. Now they all have titles.
And they made it work.
About these titles.
I love them.
That's the part that's getting me is that like I don't care about the tag titles when Kevin and what's his face had it. I don't really care about the tag titles now. It's more so, is Damian going to get pinned? Is Finn going to get pinned? What happens if they get pinned?
Is there a real contract in that suitcase?
Yeah, like, is there an actual contract? Is he going to cash in the contract? Or is it like, are they going to help him jump Seth? Because now they have, they pretty much, Rhea, the pseudo, faction leader at this point.
The leader.
Which, again, plot twist like a mug, has a handshake deal with Heyman.
Last night, Paul. This happened last night, Paul.
A actual like standoff, like we not fucking leaving your locker room. And Rhea was like, "Yo, Paul, let's talk," and had backed off everybody. And they're just like Judgment Day, Bloodline, we are better together than we are with each other. And Paul's like, I need to talk to the tribal chief. She's like, acknowledge me. It's authorized. And I'm like, bro.
They pulled the corporate ministry.
I feel like Batista.
But the fact that they're positioning Rhea.
When I saw Rhea sitting in that office across from Paul Heyman, I said, "Oh my god!"
Just when we thought they couldn't do anything with the Bloodline storyline,
or the Judgment Days.
What's the best thing? The best thing about it is that Roman Reigns is coming back next week after this handshake deal.
He's coming back next week.
So it's
I'm
like
so excited.
It's one of those where it's like he's finally reached a level for me where like I get why he's not around, because he's reaching final boss level. Like he is literally final boss.
Can we
like
say
super Saiyan?
Can we say Survivor Series War Games?
No, yeah, and that's the thing. The thing is, they can do War Games, and Roman Reigns doesn't have to take a bump. Roman Reigns doesn't
don't gotta do nothing.
No, he could like get wreck house.
Reigns on commentary.
He could wreck house. He could literally have where like the whole entire other side of the team has to beat him down just to like do something.
No, bro, he doesn't have to be in the match.
Oh no,
they've built it so much that he doesn't have to be in the match. Roman doesn't have to be in the match, bro.
Because he probably won't even put himself in there.
He probably won't. That's where we're at now. He doesn't have to be in matches to make it feel big. He just has to be around. And he's reached John Cena, Brock Lesnar shit. Yeah, he's just like
your presence
boss.
Period.
Level.
Yep.
And I can openly admit that. It's like I'm mature enough to understand that like I went from why the fuck is the title not on the thing to not caring about the title as much as I care about him. Like the title is secondary to him.
Yay.
And that's the crazy part. The title itself is secondary to Roman Reigns in general.
Here's a crazy thing. Here's this crazy thing. If they have War Games, and if it's Bloodline say against Judgment Day or anybody else, Bloodline only has 3 people.
No, they've what I'm saying is they've formed an unholy alliance.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say the Holy Alliance comes to an issue, and it's Judgment Day goes like, you know what, we want to go against you, Priest, Dom, Balor, and JD. That's our 4. Where's your 4th? Jey Uso's a 4th man comes in. Like, you know how they switched, and then the 4th man from Bloodline supposed to come in, and you hear Jey Uso's intro, and he wins it, and then like at the end of the match, it goes like, "You're back." His brother asks him like, "You back?" And he's like, "No, I did this because I want to make sure you guys didn't put a bad name on the family name and lose to these bums." And that's
here's the thing.
He walks out, and he wins it for them.
That would make sense if not for yesterday. Would make sense if not for yesterday.
Well, okay, so let's get into it. So the first thing that happened, LA Knight opened the show. First of all, our man opened up the show. He came out. He was about to talk. I gotta flip the hat around because this is getting serious now. He was about to talk some mess, but he got interrupted by Jimmy, Paul Heyman, and Solo. And lately, Jimmy's been real comfy. Obviously, as everybody's been knowing, Jimmy's comfy. Like, he's hanging around them like he didn't kick his cousin, like, or you know what I mean, or he didn't agree with his brother like a month ago. He's playing a little two-faced. They were about to get in the ring, jump on LA Knight. Before that could happen, Cena came out, and it was a lot of back and forth with that. Then they were showing Judgment Day walking along, and Damian Priest was complaining about JD's presence again and blah, blah. She's like, listen, you need to dead that shit because we got bigger fish to fry, and I have a meeting with Sir Paul Heyman. Like, we got business to tend to. Like, Rhea is not fucking around.
No.
And I would not want to pit no authority over her. She is the leader. She is.
At this point, next to Roman Reigns, she's the biggest face she's the biggest name in the company.
Oh, name.
Like, absolutely.
And that's the thing. A lot of people want it to be like, women's division and no. Company wide, it's Roman and then it's Rhea.
Right.
And then there's everybody else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like it that way because like Rhea is an animal. So it's like you have to The only one that can beat her is Raquel, and you have to build her back up because you just did things wrong.
Right.
Bro,
and I'm okay
the
with
only
it.
person that can beat her, and I'm gonna keep it 3 stacks with you, is Jade. The only one that makes sense to beat her is Jade.
That's another one too. Yeah.
Because
Jade gonna come in and beat everybody's ass.
That's what I'm saying. Or when you finally bring Bianca back, that'll make it
That's gonna be so disgusting.
That's gonna be a bigger arc, is what I'm
saying.
That
one's gonna be that's gonna
because
be so
it's good. Like depending on what you do with Jade, you have to do the opposite with Bianca.
Right.
So it's like if Jade comes in as a face, you're gonna have to introduce Bianca in Lashley's stable, and that's another thing that we're gonna go into. If you bring Jade in as a heel, Bianca has to come back as a face, and you need something
to stay face.
Yeah, you need something for her to like go after, so that it makes sense for Jade to chase her.
Right.
That makes sense. So
and going into the women, since we're on it, I'm literally skimming through SmackDown right now just to give Paul a quick play-by-play. But right after all of that, we went into a tag team match with Asuka and Charlotte, and then Bayley and Io Sky. And then I forgot how that went.
This match was about to finish, honestly. This match is about to finish.
Their beef is about to end. Like all of this is about to be done.
So like essentially Charlotte big boots Asuka by accident. And then Charlotte pushes Bayley into Io, and Charlotte rolls up. I don't remember if it was a roll up or not. No, she hit natural selection on Bayley.
She hit Bayley.
I'm like, they brought back natural selection,
which I like because I always loved when she did that move.
Okay. She like kind of modified it where she's not going up around the neck. It's more like a torso thing and like pulling your whole body. So it's modified, but it's like for once, and I know you're gonna hate me for this. I don't mind Charlotte winning here. Like I don't hate it. Because you
Okay. Let's go to that match. Don't. So it's a triple threat match between Io Sky defending against Asuka and Charlotte, and we'll go with our picks on this one.
Yep.
So Jay, you say you don't. Are you picking Charlotte, or you just say you don't mind if she?
No. I'm picking Io because I think that the plan is to build Io to be a legitimate star coming out of Damage Control.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I don't mind Charlotte is because she has that not final boss, because Rhea's kind of overtaken that, but she has that aura of like, you put the championship on her, now the championship means something again. Versus Io, where it feels like Io's still playing second fiddle to Bayley, who's playing second fiddle to Judgment Day. So it's like Damage Control, 1, doesn't feel important, and 2, Io doesn't feel important. So the title doesn't feel important.
And therefore, that's why this match is happening, because this match is literally for Io to get Io over on another level, because Asuka is one of the longest reigning women's champions, and Charlotte is fucking Charlotte. So yeah,
and it's to kind of it's a callback to the Bianca, Charlotte, and Io NXT match where Io won the NXT title.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm wondering if that spot will happen again, where Charlotte has Asuka in the figure 4 and Io hits the moonsault.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do that spot again.
I think all this is eventually going to lead to Asuka going ham again, and Asuka's going to get a shot at Io one-on-one. That has to happen. I need to see that. I think that what they're gearing up is Asuka. I'm hearing things about Asuka retiring.
She's like damn near 50, bro. Like, people don't realize that. Like, Asuka is an older wrestler, so I think if that is true that Asuka's gonna hang it up soon, then like I think she wants to go out on her back for Io.
Yeah, and I think she would.
The thing too with the Asuka, you have to remember, is that she had retired for a certain amount of time in her life. She's 42. She had retired for a little bit. I can't remember how long, but she's like, so she's not her body is not as badly worn and torn as people would think for her age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she could probably go another year or so. But again,
that's a hell of a woman. Shout outs to you, Asuka.
Because she has a daughter. I know that.
You're a bad bitch.
And like shout out to her for keeping it under wraps. But like,
yeah.
I love superstars like that.
Yeah. I'm going also with Io retaining as well too, because I want to see that Asuka Io match and just go all out. I don't know if you want to do a Survivor Series or you want to do a Royal Rumble, but that has to happen.
I would like to do it at the Rumble. Asuka's been a winner of the Rumble.
Right.
You know, it has to be a big stage. That's pretty grand.
Yeah, I think that blow off match should definitely happen at the Rumble, because it sets up, like, that's the thing, because we don't actually know who the next big female challenger is. Like, we know Jade's coming, but we also don't know like what else there is.
I think this would be a good opportunity to bring in Xia Li.
I agree, but again, I think the Rumble is going to tell us a lot. The Rumble is definitely going to tell us a lot about who and what they see going forward. Because
where they at?
Where's the Rumble at this year?
Isn't Pete?
Tampa Bay.
By me.
Tampa. Okay. It is in Tampa this year, so it'll be really telling what they do here with that, because I think that's what we really I understand, like, Royal Rumble is a couple of months out now, and like again their Survivor Series, I don't know if they're going to do the brand versus brand, title versus title thing. I don't know what they're doing when it comes to the women in Survivor Series, but like, there's enough talent there where you can reshuffle it. You just need to do what they do in NXT and legitimately go bi-weekly and dedicate a good portion of the show to the women, and not just like blow off matches. So again, I'm gonna go with Io here.
Yep, Io, all the way.
I truly do believe that unless they do something major, like, her title reign is going to come to an end sooner than we all expect.
Yeah. And let's go back to the Cena.
I just feel like they would.
Okay,
I just feel like they wouldn't. I'm sorry, real quick. I just feel like they wouldn't have given her a big moment at SummerSlam for her to win.
And hot potato it,
like, and cash in, and then just drop it. Like, that's kind of stupid. For Io, she's reputable. Like, she's somebody. Like, she's not no scrub. So I wouldn't want her to drop the title either. So I don't think she's gonna.
She'll probably drop it at Rumble. If not, they'll prolong it somehow to Mania.
I would say Chamber.
It could make sense for the Rumble though, because they're in Tampa, and that is where she first debuted, right? Wasn't it in SummerSlam in Tampa? No.
Yes.
Or is that?
No, you're right. I believe that
when Bailey came back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think I feel like something like that could happen. But then again, what do you do with her next? You give her the other title? She's gonna go after Rhea or something like that? Like, I don't know. But
that's a part of the problem with Io, is that there's no mid-card title. 2, Io doesn't necessarily work well with American audiences by herself. So like, maybe you give her a faction that's just, hate to say it, a little racist, but all Asian. Maybe you give her an all Asian.
Kyrie's supposed to be around, isn't she?
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor.
Kyrie's supposed to be on
her name has been popping around, and then her, Xia Li, and Io. If Asuka's still not around,
right?
But
because I know Asuka has.
I do believe Xia Li is Chinese though, not Japanese.
Yeah, she is Chinese.
Yeah, she is.
That's why I heard specifically Asian.
Right.
I think Asuka has beef with one of the two. I can't remember who it is. It's Asuka or Kairi Sane. I want to say Kairi Sane and Asuka have some kind of beef.
Kairi Sane and Asuka were a tag team. They were the Kabuki Warriors.
I think they have beef. I think they literally forced them to work together, even though they had some problems. I don't know how deep the problems were, but I remember hearing about that they had some issues with each other, but I don't know if they resolved them or not. And just made it like, we got to work together. Okay, we'll work together because it's a job. But I still don't like you. So I don't know. I have to see if they still have problems or not. But I remember that was one of the things I read. Like, these girls have some beef with each other, and they're being forced to work with each other.
I hate that. I hate when they make people do that. That's just what makes the work worse.
I mean, Seth and Cody.
Well, that's different.
I don't know if you call that beef. Like, I'm gonna kick your ass type of beef. Because when I was reading this article, that's the kind of
when he first came back.
What I think kind of beef that was that I don't know you yet kind of beef, and I don't be trusting you kind of beef, because you are, like, you know what I mean? Like Like I guess he just I don't know what it is that made that Seth Rollins has a big mouth. Seth Rollins does have a big mouth. He's always been known to
does
be
not like AEW at all. And I think that's where that stems from. It's like you can't sit up here and say that like you guys are the biggest wrestling company and then crawl back to you know, granddad and then just be like, oh, well, you
like
offer me more money, so
right. Like, what would you say that to Jericho's face? Would you say that to Sting's
I think
face?
Seth would.
Like,
honestly, I 100% think Seth would. Like, I don't think Seth gives a damn about Jericho or that whole thing.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this: if CM Punk does come back, I just want Seth to do one thing the whole time and just keep calling him Phil. You know, like how Brett used to say Bill Goldberg all the time. He didn't call him Goldberg. He said Bill Goldberg over and over and over. Just call him Phil.
Or Philip.
Phil.
I want the Philip. I want the Philip. Philip.
Come on, Philip. Let's be serious.
Like, come on, Philip.
Come on, Philip. Let's be serious, man.
With that laugh, oh man.
Funny thing is, it would either make CM Punk one of the biggest heels or get him one of the biggest baby faces, because it's like fans are just gonna react one way or another.
And they have to roll with it, because don't force a man into a face if the universe sees him as a heel, because he'll never get over it. You just mess it up. It won't hit as hard. If you got to go by the reactions, and they have to go by
that. So yeah, but Asuka, Io, Charlotte, that Io, I guess we all agree.
Yeah. All right. So go back to the Bloodline. The Bloodline, Solo and Jimmy versus Cena and LA Knight.
I think you have to give Cena and LA. Here's the thing, too. The thing I'm hearing the most about is this whole Cena run is leading to Cena Roman. What is it? 3 now?
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. I think, what is that? 3 for them now or something?
I think
4. No,
4.
Fam.
Well, if you're talking about this version, this would technically be their second. If you're talking about this version of Roman.
Oh, well, I mean just Roman in general.
Roman in general, probably like their 4th.
Here's the thing: you can do the stuff down thing, but you have to realize Crown Jewel is its own like set of rules. They've tried to make it as much continuity as it could, but Crown Jewel has their own set of rules, and Crown Jewel usually is going to have a certain level of nostalgia for the top of the card. So it's either they bring back Cena and they do this, or they dig Goldberg back up.
Please God, no. Please God.
You get what I'm saying, Paul? So it's like
no.
I'll take this over anything else. Because you're not getting a Rock to go to Saudi Arabia. You can forget that. So
why not? Why can't he go?
That man is not going to Saudi Arabia. I've never, with as much as he's done already, I've never seen him mention or go anywhere near Saudi Arabia. So like, I doubt
Rock.
No, he's got so much going on. Like just to pull him to do any live events is like.
Well, again, we have to realize the only reason why he showed up was because he was on
college.
Pat McAfee
college game day.
Denver.
Yeah.
Well, it was College Game Day. He was on College Game Day.
It was stupid. Waste of a pop. Stupid. I mean, I loved it.
For like
and it was
Denver,
good to
that was
see
so
him.
random.
But it's like, why are you gonna come back just to come back? Why don't you come back and fucking retire? Give us what we want. Give us what we want to see from you. Like one more go round, and just go away and do your thing. Like you don't gotta come back anymore after that.
My biggest problem is he came back and there was no interaction with the bloodline, no hint, no nothing.
Nothing.
No, they did it on purpose. But like, you can't bring this man back and his one interaction be with fucking Austin Theory. Like, we don't even get a Jimmy. We don't even get like a passing across by Solo.
I wanted to see him run into Jake.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to see.
I wanted to see like some kind of acknowledgement, some kind of like, we'll finish this down the road, like,
or run into Paul Heyman.
Oh, that's why I saw. That's why I saw the. I saw Rhea Ripley go to Paul Heyman. Acknowledge me.
Yeah, no, She looked at him. He was like, I need to get approval from my tribal chief. She just moves up, looks at him, and says, "Acknowledge me." I'm like, ma'am.
You are acknowledged. You're the tribe. Yes, my tribal chief.
Okay. She hit him. She was like, "Well, Jay acknowledged me last week," and I'm like, "Ooh."
And then they shook hands, and he left. And after she left, and then he picks up the phone and he goes, "Call Roman Reigns."
It would have been cool if he said, "Call Tribal Chief."
And that's the thing. It's like with all these shenanigans going on, and Roman Reigns coming back next week. What are we doing? Like, is he gonna have to come back and be like, "I've been watching everything. Like, y'all been in real out of pocket." Like, is he gonna come and just blast on everybody? Is he gonna come call out Judgment Day and was like, "We need to have a conversation"?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that gonna be a thing? Because at some point Judgment Day is gonna show up. Yeah, Judgment Day is gonna show up on his promo because he's probably gonna open this up.
I just can't wait to see the exchange that happens between Roman and Rhea.
Yeah.
Because Roman, not for nothing, love you, Roman, but she'll drop your ass. Rhea will drop anybody, okay?
I don't know about all that. She might catch him with like a headbutt or something, but that spear, I want him to spear Rhea so bad. Since we can't get Randy Orton coming back with an RKO, I want him to spear the shit out of Rhea. So bad.
Oh.
You know she gonna sell that. You know she gonna sell the hell out of that.
She's so good at it too. I love her.
So looking back at this LA night,
like 26. That's the she's like 26. Like that is not. It's not fair.
She's literally in her fucking prime.
I can't wait.
Wait till she hits Charlotte level and shit. Oscar level.
That's the thing. She's not even in her prime yet, bro.
No.
Like
can you imagine
like 32 to
like she's
38.
at a peak, like at a young peak where it's reaching to her prime. Like it's like she's just there's just nowhere to go but up. Like,
so hear me out on this one. I know we want to see her with Jade Cargill. That match we want to see. Yeah. But we have to hold off on it. Yeah. That has like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant type levels of like.
It can't happen right away.
Energy.
Can't do
that.
No, you can't rush it.
You can't.
I need y'all to make. I need to make it personal. I need y'all to make it spicy. These bitches need to talk shit. Get personal.
I need her to come at her daughter. I need her to call her a fake black person, like a fake sorority sister. I need all that.
You know what you could do? You can even add her to the Bobby Lashley group and make it an all-out brawl.
Here's the thing.
Including,
he's already hinted at it. He was like, "Oh, Jade's coming. Oh, I need to make a phone call. I think she'd be a great addition to my group." Who still doesn't have a name.
Because then you can keep Bianca out of that, and then you can actually start a beef with Bianca and Jade as it is, and be like, "That's my husband." Blah blah blah. Well, if you was with your husband, it's going to be an issue. Blah blah blah, blah and go off from there. So like that, like you have them beefing. You can bring like you're saying, honey, bring the personal stuff into it. And it gets mad personal, you know.
And you know who can actually come back and kind of be the mouthpiece to that feud, right? New Day. New Day's the perfect foil for that feud. Especially because they're giving the New Day more of a serious kind of turn where like they're still jokey, but New Day, Xavier Woods is out here having 4 or 5-star matches with freaking Ivar.
It was about time, man.
That match. Whoa, my God!
It had no reason being that damn good.
That match was rude.
Puts on absolute barn burners.
That match was
on a Tuesday.
Rude.
When I saw Woods in Impact, I was like, all right, this guy has potential. I could see him. He has because he has a bit of flashiness. When he was going as Austin Creed, and he had the Apollo Creed shorts and everything. And I was like, all right, he knows what he's doing mentally and psychologically. He knows what he's doing. You just got to figure it out in the ring, which you can do. It's the mental, psychological part that takes a lot more time. Because he was so young and he already kind of figured it out, I'm like, all right, cool. Just get the wrestling going and you'll be fine. And I'm happy to see him actually get there where, like you're saying, he's putting 5 4-star matches out there with Ivar. People you wouldn't expect it. You can
Somebody
do it
give
with
this
him,
man a solo run again.
I'm telling you, bro. I understand.
Y'all gave it to Kofi. They gave it to Kofi. Let's run it back.
Bro, they gave he's already said he's done everything he wanted to do in his wrestling career. This man is doing side quests. I need Xavier Woods as U.S. champion and I need him to bring back the Apollo Creed gimmick as U.S. champion.
That would be cool.
That would
living in America.
Right, like I need Kofi to be
They
like
said
the
that's
Don
how
King.
your boy. I'm good.
I need Kofi to be like the Don King of it, where Kofi's more or less on the mic, or even bring back E for a little bit of a run as a manager, because obviously he can't take bumps, but you need that vocal power, you need that aggressiveness, and just have them.
Nobody got more vocal power than Big E,
and just have them like be the mouthpieces for him during the U.S. title run, because he can handle it in the ring. He can literally go up against anybody and have a fit. It's crazy to me that this man popped his damn Achilles and came back better. I'm like, most humans are never the same after rupturing an Achilles. He came back better. Like the sharpness that he wrestles with, the intentionality of his promos. It is like, bro, just when I think he hits a level where I'm like, all right, he's amazing, but like, this is it. He goes and he ratchets it up another notch and then disappears, does up, down, does all this other stuff, and then comes back.
He's like a ninja.
Banger, and then disappears again. And it's like,
he's like a ninja.
I need an Xavier Woods title run. Like, I need air.
Yeah.
I need him as a U.S. champion would be so good. They say he's a world champion. I don't know if they're ever gonna do that, but if we're gonna see something similar, we need like a Miz level U.S. title run.
And it's tough because of everybody that's out there. So if you put the heavyweight title on him, it's a hot potato moment, and I don't want that for him.
I think if you do it that's why I said you need a U.S. title run, because if you do it at the right moment, it'll make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to see what the crowd is gonna feel about him as a singles champion.
Yeah. All right, let's reel it back in. All right. Cena and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso.
There's only a real way to go with this. Like, I think you need Solo and Jimmy to lose, because you need Jimmy to become a liability, because he's still not a part of the bloodline. So, and you need LA Knight to get a huge win and kind of rub shoulders with the bloodline to be like, oh, is he coming?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh?
Yeah. Wait, gold? What's
what?
Gold around your waist in your future?
Sir, what are we doing? So like, yeah. And you need LA Knight to get the pin.
Mm-hmm. On who? On Solo or on
no,
Jimmy?
Solo can't get touched. It has to be Jimmy. It has to be Jimmy.
Jimmy's the problem.
Has to be the one to lose it for them.
Okay.
Jimmy's the problem right now, because Jimmy all of a sudden wants to act like he didn't just agree with his twin brother that they were out of the bloodline, and now all of a sudden the bloodline is now in your city. Mm-hmm. and you're rubbing with Solo and Paul Heyman and rocking with them all of a sudden like it's all good.
Not even rocking with them like it's all good. You're doing the Roman Reigns thing, where he's doing he's doing all the Roman Reigns mannerisms.
Like Jimmy now. Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
Like sir.
Little Jimmy. Man. You know better. I always knew Jay was my favorite Uso.
I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy was always my favorite Uso.
Jay don't want no part. Jay said, "Fuck out of here."
I always felt like Jay was like the rabid dog, where like you always got to keep that man on a leash because he's just gonna snap. Like, forget a promo, forget all the ha giggle. Nah, I'm just gonna straight punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he has all this charisma, and it's like, who is this person?
Yeah.
So we all agree Cena and LA Knight with the pin, with the win.
Yes.
LA Knight and Cena with the pin, yes.
Oh, my bad.
I'm kidding. I'm just being obnoxious for Cena's sake.
All right, here's the interesting one. The LWO with Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar or Joaquin Wilde or Cruz del Toro.
That's also ding, breaking news. Both of them are out. Both of them
Wait,
out.
Who?
Cruz del Toro and the other guy.
Joaquin Wilde, why?
There we go. They got murdered last night.
Like, oh well, yeah, I just saw it. They got murked.
No, but you have to watch how Dawkins threw him
fell
into
on the back of his head.
I don't know if it was the back of his head. I don't know if it was the front of his head. Homeboy hit against the stairs and didn't move.
No, he didn't.
Like that. If you look at how he threw him into that, or how he threw himself into the steps,
yeah,
I don't think that was a work. Like he was out. Like he was out.
Concussed.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's concussed. I don't know if he had
Just
like a neck
got
injury.
winded.
Like, he was just like he went, didn't move. I was like I seen it. And I was like, bro, that wasn't fake. Like that wasn't like
so
no.
they're out.
They're out of this match.
There was no footage of them leaving last night or anything.
They purposely panned the camera off of them, but Santos and Ray immediately like broke whatever they were doing with Lashley and the Street Profits and like went to him and was like talking to the refs and the officials and stuff. So it's like, nah, bro, I think something actually happened.
Wow.
That being said, both of those guys are out. There's a mystery third. So there's that added element to this. There's a mystery third guy.
So it's Santos, Ray,
and a mystery guy.
Third, and then against the Street Profits and Bobby.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we all know who that third's going to be.
I wish someone would tell me because I don't know who it is.
Well, there's been...
rumors. Oh, Carlito.
There's been talks. About that. Yeah, and he's in a whole contract.
Yeah.
Everybody's wondering where the fuck has he been since May.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Carlito and Bobby Lashley is going to bring it back to like 2006 for me, like Jesus 2007, bro.
That makes me feel too. That makes me feel old.
It's going to be crazy.
Oh, that makes me feel old. Oh,
I graduated high school in 07.
Ooh, don't talk about that. Don't do that to me. I was just starting high school too.
Yeah, man.
I don't like
Bobby
that.
And Bobby Lashley and Carlito. Yeah, that's apparently that's the rumor that's who's showing up, and I'm totally here for it. And
I'm here for it.
I definitely think LWO is going to win because of that.
I think it gives the LWO a much needed boost and much needed muscle because
Lord knows they need vitamin C right now.
They need vitamin something.
They dry.
They need a growth hormone or something because Santos being the big and the heavy in this group is hilarious. Like Santos is a 40-something-year-old man that's like 5'8". And he's the heavy in the group.
I don't know. I'm waiting for them to go back.
I don't think that they are, or, and hear me out.
Okay.
They're going to go back to the OG LWO being a heel faction, but they're going to kick out Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
The problem is that there isn't a lot of face factions. That's the problem. So it's like, how do you get... Like, the title being on Rey, to me, was always not a great choice because they went the safe route to be like, oh, we want to sell LWO t-shirts. We want to have a Hispanic U.S. champion, but we don't know if people are going to get behind Santos or not. So you put it on Rey, like, reliable, and it's like, that kills it for me, bro. You should have just put it on Santos. And then you try to do the whole honorable thing, and then it leads into this feud, which is fine. It's okay. But it's one of those situations where it's like, I kind of want Dawkins or Montez to win the U.S. title because I want Bobby firmly in the World Heavyweight Championship conversation.
Yeah.
Like, entrenched. I don't need Bobby in another U.S. title fight. And it's like, I don't care for Bobby as U.S. champion. I need Bobby going after Seth.
I need Bobby, like, being like a rabid dog. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, why isn't that going on? Like, why you
because you don't have a mic. The problem is you don't have a mic for this group. You don't have a Zelina. You don't have a
you don't have a
you
MVP.
Can, but again,
MVP,
Montez has been the mic for so long that if you're trying to change the perception of Montez, you can't have him doing the same goofy stuff he does every week. You need him to be what he is now, where he's just quiet. He's just an enforcer. The only time he's loud is when he's doing
in the
damage.
ring,
kind of what Solo. Kind of what Solo is. Yep. If anything, Dawkins would make more sense because Dawkins has been more vocal. The fact that Montez was so happy-go-lucky and now he's quiet makes him scarier to me. It makes him more of a threat.
Yeah.
That being said, I think the LWO wins this just because you kind of need the friction.
Ooh.
But I don't want them to win. It's like I think that they do for a storyline standpoint, but I also don't want them to win because this faction needs a win.
Yeah.
The problem is if this faction wins, what is next?
What's next?
No, I'm gonna switch my answer. Bobby and the Profits are gonna win, but I'm very curious to see if Rey Mysterio takes the pin and who pins Rey Mysterio. Because then you go through the whole, he just pinned the US champion thing that they do.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be Bobby. I do not want it to be Bobby. It has to be the Profits.
It should be somebody like Rey Mysterio. I mean, it should be somebody like Montez to pin Rey Mysterio.
It should, but again, we've talked so much about Montez being the next singles champion, blah, 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 blah. And I get it.
It ain't happening yet.
But Dawkins also deserves some of that shine too, because Dawkins not only transforms his body, but transforms his style. So it's like, even if it's Dawkins or Montez, I'm good. Because both of them equally to me have earned enough to be like, well, they both deserve a single titles run. If you're asking me.
Yeah, watching the replay on this one, Joaquin, he's fine. He braced himself for that hit. Like I slowed it down like at like a quarter of a speed. You see his arms out, his arm is stretched out, like kind of holding himself. So he kind of like just pushed himself in there. So he's fine.
All I'm saying, bro, is it did
look pretty crazy.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. Did it look bad? I'm just saying because. And here I'll so I can pause real quick in the show. Damn.
Oh, I forgot about this part where they showed Isla Dawn and this girl.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's another thing too. The fact that they had them drop the titles to Ronda and Shayna for the titles to then be irrelevant makes no sense. We're gonna get pulled for this. You know that, right? We're gonna get monetized for this.
It's YouTube, so we're all right. Let's see. So look at slow, like.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when you don't slow it down, bro, and you just let it play, like that looked.
That's what I'm saying.
Vicious.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I slowed it down because I was like, because when I looked at it, I was like, look, his arm was like kind of there. So I was slowing it down. I was like, okay, he did. Like he kind of like,
yeah, no, he did brace for it.
Yeah,
because I'm watching it last night, like, bro, he killed him. Like, is somebody getting a receipt for this? Because he murdered that man.
Yeah, no, and then I was watching the one. I was like, okay, so they're kayfabe out,
right?
Both of them, pretty much.
So I think again, I agree with Honey. I think it's a way for them to debut Carlito.
Yeah. So I agree, Jay. I think you said Bobby and Street Profits win this one.
Yes,
I also agree. Because you can only go so far with LWOB faces. And the fact that as a face faction, they're not doing jack squat, you have to do something. And
I'm disappointed.
They were when they were actually existed, they were more like anti-heroes than full faces. They weren't faces, they were just anti-heroes. And they went after anybody, it didn't matter who it was. So they gotta go back to that. And I think that's what Carlito is more of like anything. I felt like always like Carlito was more like the anti-hero, leaning a little more to the heel side, but that was Carlito.
Also, Ray ain't been an anti-hero since he was in WCW, so that's why.
Nah, with the what's that called? Filthy Animals.
Yep.
Yeah. Honey,
I'm just disappointed in how they book, like how they're doing LWO, because after all of that in Puerto Rico and in May, and the pops you got from every aspect of them, you could have built them up from there and built them into something, but instead you just turned them into another freaking Sin Cara and freaking what's his name,
Lucha House
Party.
Were
together, Lucha House Party bullshit. That's all it is, and it's a way for y'all to sell merch, but you're not doing nothing for them. There's no build in their character. There's no build in what they're doing. Like Zelina hasn't done.
I was about to say,
shit.
Is the girl hurt or something? Like what?
I don't know. I don't even think she's hurt. I think and I've seen some reports that say that they just don't have anything for her right now. And I'm just thinking to myself, and it's not her fault because I'm not blaming her by no means.
No.
May, after all of that in May, how do you not try to build off any of them after all of that? In Puerto Rico, after the pop that they got, after the ovation that she got after losing to Rhea, and that was her first shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sad to say,
it just annoys me.
Outside of Rhea, the women's booking on the main roster has been piss poor, like piss poor.
It's because it sucks because it's also, and I know it's not also Zelina's fault either, but it's you got Rhea Ripley's now, you got Jade's in the building, you got Nia Jax back, you got Raquel Rodriguez, you got big girls coming through.
But again,
big girls coming through. But then and there's no Alexa, there's no Liv, there's no nothing for Zelina to work with like that. Zelina could still work with Bianca. You know what I'm saying? But
she's also on break.
It's just that there's just nothing for her right now, which is why I feel like that's why she hasn't done shit.
Here's
it's not
also
her. It's just there's no bucket for her.
The main issue that I'm having is people can talk about how there are too many belts. We've had more belts. We've had
way more belts.
We've had way more enough belts. And you can we need a women's mid-card title.
Like, we don't need as many belts as AEW got, but we just need a couple more something. We need a little something.
We need two more belts.
Because I don't know what happened.
I need two. And
we've been calling for those women's mid-carders for the last 3 years, I think, maybe.
Where's a women's intercontinental belt? I've always wanted a women's intercontinental championship since I was a kid, bro. Since I was a kid.
You need a women's mid-card title. You need that for this division to succeed, to have something to do.
The women's US title, do the same thing that you got, the women's tag titles, the men's tag titles, the same shit.
Well, the women's tag titles have just been atrocious.
But
you have two tag teams. That's the problem. You have two tag teams.
Yeah.
After all of that, when y'all were trying to build all these random ass tag teams, have 2 years ago.
And I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue because of the fact that women's tag teams ain't doing crap. They're like, why are we gonna create mid carders if we can't do anything with this? But that's a whole separate issue.
That's exactly why you need mid carders.
Yeah, that's a whole separate issue because you're talking about mid card titles for singles compared to tag team titles. When tag teams are almost like a specialization, it's not just you can just throw anybody in there and it's gonna work.
And that's a part of the problem is that you have Kaden and Katana that had time to grow into a tag team. You have the Witches of Waverly Place over there, but that's it. And then you have the actual champions, which are Chelsea and Piper Niven, both of which shouldn't even be in the tag division.
I don't even want to get into that because I hate whoever wrote that.
That was dumb. It doesn't fit.
She just comes back and you just take it. That's how we're giving championships now.
It. And the thing is too, when you have the integration with NXT, you have so much more of an opportunity to do something really special because you have the women's breakout tournament, you have NXT Level Up, you have all of this talent in developmental. If you had a women's mid-carder who does what Dominic Mysterio does and just goes to all the shows, you don't need Rhea to show up to these shows. No. To wrestle these women, you could use the women's mid carder to do what Rhea was doing.
Yeah,
right.
Build up the women's division.
All right,
right.
Let's reel it back in real quick.
Reel it back in,
sorry,
honey. What's your? Yeah, I know it's all right. It's all right.
I'm annoyed.
I know, buddy. I know.
It's a lot of peeviness. I am going with LWO.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's bold. That's bold.
All right.
Going with LWO.
Next match, Judgment Day versus. Okay, go ahead.
It's going to be LWO, and it's also going to be the end of the LWO because there's going to be some mix-up. I feel like there's just going to be something going on afterwards. I feel like Carlito could come in as a new leader.
Well, I can see this.
I
can see this. This is why I'm saying is.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley profits win. Carlito comes out. Well, play this way. Bobby Lashley. There's somebody new. gonna join their faction tonight. Okay, that somebody who's gonna cost a match. LW loses. Carlito comes in to try and save them, but they still lose. Right, so you have two pops. Whoever that you're gonna have to shock and awe whoever is joining Bobby Lashley. Then you're gonna have the shock and awe from Carlito showing up to try and save that match for LWO, but they still lose. They find a way to lose, and then Carlito's will be like, "Hey, man, you're supposed to carry this. You know, you're not it. Bye, you're out. I'm taking over LWO. I'll run this group."
I'm with it.
And then let Santos go heel again. I'm with it.
Fam,
Yeah, Carlito takes the group heel wise. You know.
Side note.
Oh, he turned
Side
the
note.
heel next. Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if you've seen you haven't watched NXT. You need to watch NXT, sir.
Yeah.
Because there's no.
Yeah.
All seriousness, there's this group that I'm like, they would be perfect for the LWO. The OTM, Out the Mud. Bro, think AOP, but can pass for Hispanic.
Like big.
Like
tall.
we're talking your top middle linebacker, your top outside linebacker, like your top edge rushing outside.
Like it might as well be it might as well be in this share. But
honestly,
Hispanic,
yes. But they're
huge.
way more athletic, way more creative. And what I need to happen is I need Selena to go to NXT, kick Scripps in the nuts, and be like, "Yo, y'all niggas with me now."
Oh, the guys they were with what's his name?
They were on the bike.
The Frenchy guy, the Frenchy flip flop guy, the gymnast guy.
Who?
Remember the guy that was like, he was doing all these moves. Oh, what the heck was his name? I can't remember his name now. The French guy.
Scripps, Reggie.
He's
Reggie,
Scripps now?
Yeah.
He's Scripps. That's him. And I hated that shit, by the way. I still
they tried to make him a luchador, didn't
ever.
work. They tried to make him a superhero, didn't work. Now they just got him as a Haitian hustler. Got them out there throwing dice and all that, and I'm like, I don't know.
They roll in there on the bikes like straight out of Compton, like.
They look like that Mexican group that used to grow on the lowriders, like them in prime time.
If Zelina would have joined
thing.
Yeah. If Zelina would have joined them and be the manager, it'd be pretty much like a revamped TNA, but Hispanic.
Yes.
I would check it out.
But yeah, So yeah. But
you need
right,
honestly that the tag team title match that happened at No Mercy. Watch that tag team title match.
That shit was good.
I'm telling you that's your homework. Watch that tag team title match.
No Mercy
Prince and Bronco Nima.
I don't know what their names are.
That's their names.
The name of the group is Out the Mud, and I'm like, okay, I could get with this. Okay.
I like it.
I like it. I like what they
it
do.
a lot.
But anyway, that was a side note. Anyway, next match. I'm sorry.
Next match is
they need them to join LWO for real.
Yeah.
We could do Judgment Day and versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Now, here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna happen. But like, imagine Jay wins the titles with somebody else and takes over his brother as a 6-time tag team champion or 7-time at this point. I don't remember. They got so many title reigns. I don't know. So now he always has one up on his brother, which is then going to create more friction leading up to that WrestleMania match. But he can say, like, I won the tag titles and I did it without you.
I didn't think of that.
And then it gives Cody something to do until the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Where they can actually like lose it to a real tag team. And Paul, I think this would also be a fantastic, when I tell you fantastic tie-in, because Cody's supposed to be on NXT with a quote-unquote announcement. Someone brought this up. Imagine Cody wins the tag titles with Jay, right? Goes to NXT and announces the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Championship tournament. And they're saying that they're entering it and they're putting the titles on the line in the tournament.
In each match that they participate in?
No. At whoever wins the tournament wins the tag titles.
Wow.
and you do
Kinda
it
like
in a way
when they
that you can and then on top of that, and you introduce the new undisputed tag titles. Because it was like, you know, everyone else is undisputed and these 2 titles are still here. It's about time we get one, and they introduce the new titles and say that the Dusty Rhodes Classic is going to be over multiple shows, the same way they did the Heritage Cup thing that they just did, where you had Butch kind of going back and forth. You had different people, and then you have it where it's mainly on NXT, but you have teams from everywhere. So then you get the NXT teams to get work with some of the main roster guys.
Right.
And you bring back like the feeling of real tag teams. Like, I think Eric is hurt, so I don't know how long. I don't know if the Viking Raiders can be in it, but you add the New Day to this title thing. You can even add Jimmy and Solo if you want.
You add DIY.
You add DIY, who just came back together. Then at that point, and then you add sprinkle in a couple of the NXT teams.
Out the mud.
Out the mud, you get Jensen and that other guy.
The Creed brothers.
You get the Creed. Oh my God! Imagine the Creed brothers versus War Raiders. Oh my
and then
God!
And then you have these 2 that are there, Angel Garza and
you get Angel Garza,
Humberto
and then
Carrillo. They've been revamped a little bit.
You can have the family, who are the NXT Tag Champions, be in the tournament, but you don't have to necessarily merge the NXT Tag titles with them right away.
Makes sense.
Right.
So it's like, and then whoever beats them, you after the tournament's over, you have the credibility of like, well, we beat the NXT Tag Champions, so clearly we should be the next Tag Champions.
And it goes back to adding drama to what Rhea said. If you don't got a belt in this group, we got a problem.
Yeah. And again, it gives credence to Finn's in panic mode, not Damian. Because Damian can say, I may not have gold, but I still have this.
Right.
So Rhea backs off because he still has the money in the bank.
Right.
Finn now doesn't have a title. They also can't travel to multiple shows. So it's a situation where it's like you have a natural successor truly to, you can do Finn versus Dragunov, which, I just thought about it.
Oh my God.
Boy, you could do,
oh my God.
You could do Finn versus Ray, another one, and you can rehash Finn versus Gunther.
Wow.
Or Chad versus Vic. Like, you can spin it any way you want.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Or you could have JD and Finn flip on the Judgment Day, and you can have Finn go after Dom and have Finn be the North American champion. Who then, to me, gets cocky and drops it again to Trick. That way you get Trick an even bigger win down the road against a bona fide, like, he's a multiple time NXT champion, which gives him the credibility he needs to then grow. So it's like, I think that Cody and Jay just make sense winning the titles because of the absolute barn burner of creative possibilities you have with that. And you add it to him showing up to NXT. So I think personally, it has to be Jay and Cody. Because you need to now kind of screw up the Judgment Day. And then when Roman Reigns comes back, Paul Heyman looks like an idiot for making that deal.
Yeah.
I see the wheels turning. What do you got? I see you, honey. I see the wheels turning. What do you got?
I don't know. I mean, both those are valid. Those are valid like scenarios that you can create if you really want to get funky with it. But
you don't think they're gonna get funky?
I don't think they're gonna get funky right now. I don't think they're gonna get funky right now. I think that the issues are still gonna lie more with the bloodline. Because Roman has had no control over anything. All we know that Roman has been receiving is calls from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is just telling him things that are happening.
Or what
We
he
don't
wants to tell him.
know. We don't know. We don't know. And because I don't think Paul Heyman has control of the situation either. So what I think is going to happen is that Roman is going to come back and get everybody's ass together. Everybody, including the wise man. Aside from that, Judgment Day's on a roll right now. They still have time to fall apart, and they will. It's just going to be a bit more time because you still want them together for Survivor Series. You know, you have that coming up. And Judgment Day don't really have no problems. Damian Priest is technically being the very problematic one lately, if anybody's noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Only Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think they're gonna lose the tag titles to Cody and Jay.
See, I thought about it too. I was like, because I thought about it in the aspect of this way. It's like, okay, what if Jay turns on Cody? And it's like, yeah, no. Forget this.
Thinking about Jay as a heel. He's not a heel anymore, guys.
Jay's not a heel no more. Jay is. I'm telling you.
I know, but I'm just saying. My mind was
Jay's the man.
Thinking
Jay's
would they
Jay's
do this?
Definitely the face.
Like, would they really do this?
Now.
Because like that's what I'm saying. Because like, it makes no sense if they pull the trigger on doing that. It makes no sense because there's nothing that paid off of it. Because the locker room's already like, we can't trust you. So if you make that move and you make him heel again, turn on Cody, it's like literally you didn't build anything. All you're gonna have is people saying, "Well, we told you so." That doesn't work. And then I agree, Jay, with you, like what you're saying, like the possibility opens up with them two just winning, and then like I said, it going back to like vehicles, like, "Hey, you guys have got belts, so what's the deal?" And Priest goes like, "I'm Senor Money in the Bank. What is he?" That drama comes again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's still time for that drama, and it doesn't have to happen while they lost the belts. It could still happen while they have them, and then it could cause them. It can cause them to lose it later down the road. I could see them losing it somewhere big, like Rumble.
Here's the thing: the reason why, the only thing that makes me speculate that is because why the hell is Cody showing up to NXT for an announcement? You get what I'm saying?
It would be to announce the Cody Rhodes tag team.
Yeah, it's to announce the Dusty Rhodes tag team tournament. I know that's what it is, but it's like, why should we care? Oh,
we're gonna have
you
to
guys
find
put the
out.
titles on the line. Oh, so there are now stakes for this. There are major stakes for this.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I see what you're saying. You think they're gonna pull off what Bayley and Sasha did?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's step away from wrestling for a little bit. It's football. Breaking: Jonathan Taylor and the Colts have agreed on a massive 3-year, $42 million extension.
What?
$26.5 million guaranteed.
26.5. Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. Oh my God. Enjoy that bag.
Homeboy waited out, got his bag.
Enjoy that bag.
All right. Honey, you can continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, we were talking about. Judgment Day and Cody. Well, yeah, you were mentioning. Yeah, I was saying you think that they're gonna pull off a Bayley and Sasha if Jay and Cody win the titles tonight.
Yes.
Because why would he? There's a lot going on with NXT because they know they got to compete with the other Tuesday show going on right now.
The only reason why they have to compete is because Sir Adam decided to make a transition for his career.
Sir Adam had to do what he had to do, and
I get it.
Very supportive.
I'm supportive of it, but it's from a business standpoint. It's like, well, that's
at
where
the
all
end
the
of the day,
attention's gonna go.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, go ahead, let's do it. Let's have some fucking fun.
Not to mention, Paul,
you know,
I don't know if you've seen that at the end of the NXT promo for tomorrow.
Yes, there was
The bell has rung, sir. The gong has been hit.
The gong hit.
The gong has been hit, sir. They beckon the dead man himself.
They beckon the dead man to NXT.
I'm like, bro, what?
I'm excited because and then there's the season premiere of SmackDown next week, and Triple H is coming. He was announced last night to be appearing next
on SmackDown.
So not only is Roman Reigns coming, but Triple H is coming too. And then Cody has an announcement next week on Tuesday.
It makes sense, bro. It makes sense. You have to drop those titles now. It just makes sense.
So that's okay. So then you're saying the tournament's gonna happen by the time, and then you figure by the time Survivor Series happens, there will be that final where they fight Cody and Jay.
Survivor Series. You could do the final at Survivor Series, technically.
And I think I know the team that they would do it for too. They just came
DIY.
back.
DIY.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I just got chills. But I still don't think.
Or you do DIY versus the Creed brothers.
I love either one. I love your idea. I love it. And I would so be on board with it if that's the case. But I just don't see Judgment Day losing. So I gotta say Judgment Day.
I don't think that they lose clean. I'm not saying they lose clean.
I love it.
I'm not saying they lose clean. I'm not saying that it's clean.
That would be
I'm saying
completely
JD might screw them.
And where are they in Fastlane? Where are they?
Middle of the card, I think, probably.
No. I mean, like, where's Fastlane tonight? Where's it taking place?
Somewhere in the
Is it Indiana? Isn't it Indianapolis?
Yes, that's where it is. It's Indianapolis.
And Pat McAfee's coming back. Pat's coming back, by the way. I said that to Matt last night. I said against who though? Who?
I don't know.
Austin Theory? Austin Theory again? I want to see it again. Run it back.
Have a match?
Run it back. No, they don't. Austin Theory fought Dragon Lee last night. I don't think Austin Theory has a match.
So we could do Pat McAfee versus Grayson Waller.
But just throw Matt on the card. Just throw Pat on the card, just for the fuck's sake.
Got to.
Because his music is gonna play and all that. Yeah, they're in Indianapolis. Yeah, they gotta do it. They gotta do it.
Paul, what are you over there doing?
Yeah, what are you? I was gonna say what's the? I was like, where are your wheels? What are they saying?
No, it's. I didn't put that two and two together with Pat McAfee, but that would be. But here's the thing: you can how long are you gonna do Pat McAfee Austin Theory though?
No,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I need him to show up.
He will.
Pat McAfee, Austin Theory. Grayson Waller comes out, tries to jump him with Austin Theory, and then The Rock comes and helps Pat McAfee. Boom, done. Quick 10-minute elbow drop. Quick backflip match. Whatever the fuck. Pat jump off, do a backflip. Call it a day. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even get it out right, but the excitement from Jay's possibilities were really, 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 really hitting. Because I just realized that's
creatively, I get that they may have plans for Judgment Day, but
because that's swerve
Judgment Day looks cool with those titles. You can hot potato those titles because at the end of the day, everyone else has one title. They're the only ones with the blue and the red titles still. I need new titles.
Yeah,
I've been pushing for this. Paul knows I've been pushing for this for months. I need new titles. Yeah. Okay, I need new titles. I need new titles.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
I'm going to push for I can't take the tag title seriously until we give them a singular tag championship.
So they built the bloodline and it crumbled, and then they built Judgment Day and then it's gonna crumble. What's next?
Bobby and his faction.
Bobby and his faction. Well, that has to crumble now, especially with that welcome back Cotter teacher suit. Bobby, who told you to wear that? If you're gonna be a heel leader, dog, you need to look cool. You need to look like Mr. Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch, wear all black with the black shades. You need to look like that man. Not no fucking university professor where you about to teach me about cultural arts. Come on, dog. Shit. Come on, dog.
Listen, she went there, said Mr. Bubbles.
Yes, you need to look like that, and you need to be intimidating.
Listen, Bobby is a man of great fashion. He is allowed to take risk. He is a man of fashionable
We
integrity.
all can't be Seth. We all can't be Seth. Okay?
Seth
we all
needs
can't
to
be
stop looking
Seth.
like he just, that's
crazy.
a lot of pain.
Seth looked like he be out of a Vogue magazine every week. You need to leave him alone.
Nah, my man looked like he got shot with a Fortnite gun, and he's just wearing some random joint that he got from BC.
I would wear every single thing that man has worn.
That's
in the
the
last
problem.
2
Is
years.
that it probably looks better on you. He shouldn't be wearing it.
The all white outfit. You remember when he wore the all white outfit
with
the
the
little,
sheer and the
ruffle?
yeah.
Do you know that's Becky's top?
I know. I remember her wearing it in the
hilarious.
The big Tom Bex thing.
Hilarious. I think that's the best part about it too.
Oh my gosh.
Like he can wear whatever, man.
Speaking of Becky, let's talk about her the main event, her husband, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke.
This match is gonna be disgusting. And I just want to express, because I haven't been able to talk on my podcast page for a while because I just had my own shit going on, but I love this Shinsuke so much. I love the way they have booked Shinsuke since he came back and since they turned him to betray Seth Rollins. He is so even the way he carries himself. It's giving me that old, New Japan Pro fucking Shinsuke.
Yep.
Back then.
Yep.
Like real true king of strong style. Like, I don't give a fuck. I will break you and I will keep coming for you and I won't stop. And he's like, it's like some Kill Bill, dark Kill Bill shit. Like his promos are sickening. The way he sits there and he's just pompous.
The anime
knows that,
aspect to it, so good. The fact that he literally only speaks Japanese, so you don't know what he's saying, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're watching an anime and you just see like the camera pan up.
I'm watching the Kill Bill, the part where they're talking about Lucy Liu's character.
Yes,
where they were talking about her, Oren Ishii. That chapter. That's so what it gives me every time. And I love the way Seth is selling it, because Seth is always a good worker when it comes to building a story. And
I literally only want Seth to work with international talent now. Like, it's so good. it's so
disgusting.
good.
It's disgusting. I mean, there's more to be had, but it's like, just how much time does Seth have with his back injury now?
Yeah.
And now that we know that's not legitly a work, it's a thing.
Nah,
it's an actual thing.
It's documented that he's had a messed up back for a while. And it's just I want him to drop the title. I don't think it's at Fastlane though.
Yeah.
I don't think they would do it at Fastlane. If you want to make Fastlane really mean something, you do it at Fastlane. But
that's what I'm saying. I think he's gonna lose it. I think he's gonna lose at Fastlane because you want him to get the surgery, come back, the recovery, so he can come back in time for Mania, whatever it is. The last thing you want to do is have some kind of lasting permanent injury where now he's like an Edge or Big E, or Sheamus
or Daniel Bryan,
where his time is his wrestling time is limited, like Sheamus, he's only got 2 years, or he's done. No, as much as people might call Seth Rollins an asshole because he speaks his mind, still though, that boy in that ring.
He works, man. He's nasty. That boy.
Here's
good.
the thing, though.
Real good, and we know that. But he doesn't have to prove that to us no more. This man has been consistent for the last 10 years, legit, and he's never had a legit break. Seth, go take a fucking break. It's okay.
Go home.
Because honestly, I love Seth, and I don't want him to lose it. But I am not opposed to Shinsuke winning tonight.
Here's my thing.
I don't know who's going to be my pick by the end of this, but I don't
think Shinsuke winning means that Shinsuke is going to hold the title.
Right.
I think it's an immediate cash in if Shinsuke wins.
Ooh.
I think it's an immediate. I think that's what it is, because at that point, Seth does not need to be pinned.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
Shinsuke, because last man standing, Priest really cashes in, but he cashes in on Seth Rollins. Even though he pins him, it's it's the last man standing. He went through hell. So it's really? So no matter either or, Priest could cash in tonight.
Exactly. That's why it makes sense.
And he's still.
So it's
damn it, Jim.
They beat each other to within the inch of their life, he literally comes out, hits a razor's edge, and he has to hit the razor's edge. Like it can't be he has to hit the razor's edge.
Yeah.
He hits a razor's edge. The ring is literally surrounded by Judgment Day and Bloodline to make sure that it happens. And then Priest is crowned champion in the middle of the ring by the blood. And that's the thing. It's almost like the Bloodline is acknowledging Priest as the true champion. And then Roman comes back on Friday.
Whoa.
Yeah. Ooh. I still got Shinsuke winning though. I still got Shinsuke winning.
And that's the thing too.
Priest cashing
that's
in.
the best part because it goes into what you're saying. Because if Cody and Jay win, then it adds the whole. Well, you guys don't have titles now, and Priest is like, okay.
Guys, if I'm not mistaken, let me just think about this. If I'm not mistaken, Fastlane wasn't always later in the year, was it?
No.
Fastlane used to be in the beginning of the year, like on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right? Why do I feel like this Fastlane is going like to skyrocket to a Survivor Series that's going to be a WrestleMania worthy pay-per-view?
And finally bring it back to the level of the Big Five. Because Survivor Series, of all the Big Five pay-per-views, Survivor Series is literally the one where it's like continuously. Oh, brand warfare, continuously. And it's like, no. We can use this. So
they're
it's like,
literally,
again,
I feel like it's literally transition season.
Yes, and it adds to the whole, like, okay, if Roman's a champion and he doesn't have to fight in War Games, now Damien's a champion. Damien's like, I'm a champion too. I shouldn't have to fight in War Games. So you add to that animosity between those two, while also having Priest be like, no, just because you've done this for 1,000 days, I'm also a world champion. This title is equal to yours. While you have Roman like your little pissant title,
like you ain't shit. You don't have a universal
and
title,
that is how you build the mindset of
the beef.
Like the old WWE fans that are like, this title ain't shit, and the WWE fans that's like, no, this is a world title.
But you don't understand.
You give that credence to it of like, Seth was more of a champion than you were. This title got built more than you ever could build it. So you add to that animosity. The problem is now you're down one guy for what's it called?
War Games.
No, not really. You got Dom, you got Finn, Finn,
JD,
Solo, and Jimmy.
Oh, you got JD. You got JD
also
that can step in for him.
Yeah. But who's to say he's even a factor? Because JD,
but again,
but we still don't know JD's motives.
We don't, you have to look at it this way. The reason why Rhea is the pseudo tribal chief is because she's technically the only world champion in the faction.
Yeah.
You add Priest winning a world championship, whatever Rhea got to say, Priest ain't gonna listen to no more. It's like, yeah, no, you're like my sister, but pipe down, my nigga. Like, this is my shit. I was the first person to be. I was the first person to be in Judgment Day. Remember, Damian Priest was the first recruit for Judgment Day. Damian Priest technically is the OG member for Judgment Day.
After they kicked out Edge.
No, this is the first recruit that Edge had was Damian Priest.
No, I'm saying Edge was the OG, then came Priest because they kicked Edge out. Now Priest is literally the OG.
Right. And again, him cashing in and winning the world title is the actual fulfillment of Edge's vision of that faction elevating talent that have been shunned, that haven't been used. And he found a way to bring Priest into Judgment Day, and Judgment Day rose Priest to a level that he would be a world champion.
All I know is that I didn't see all these possibilities before I started talking to y'all today, and now I'm like really excited for tonight.
I gotta watch SmackDown now. You
need to watch SmackDown. You need to watch NXT. You should watch No Mercy.
Saying, bro. It
took me like 3 weeks to catch up on everything because I wasn't watching.
You got to get on the wave because you miss No Mercy, and No Mercy is so
it was popping
important to what's going on right now.
Yes, yes.
Not to mention the pay-per-view slap from start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, like, so we're back to
no, like there wasn't a down match, bro. Like it wasn't a down match.
It was actually
like we're talking
good.
if anything, what's sad about it is that it was hard to get into Becky and Tiffany Stratton's match because the NXT title match was so like
the men's was sick.
it was
man.
so disgustingly
Mello and Ilya put on a damn show.
Think Sheamus versus Gunther. How we felt after that. That's how
and
it
Extreme
felt.
Rules.
Like it felt like you physically were in pain, and you're just like, "Oh my god, someone ended."
And by the way, I'm a very big fan of Ilya Dragunov. Very big fan.
God, I'm the biggest fan of
Love.
Ilya. I'm just
love
mad
him.
he shaved his beard. I'm so pissed.
I like the beard.
Yeah, no, keep. That's what I'm saying. Keep that. Why are you going back? Don't go back.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But Shinsuke and Seth, it's tough because why do it it feels like everything's chaotic, but if you think about it, everything has something to do with the next thing that's going on.
They're
It's
all
not
connected.
now that
All
we've
the
been
stories are
breaking
somehow
now that we've been breaking it down the way we have been, and this is how you fucking story tell. This is what Shawn Michaels and Triple H were always good at. Always.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I was annoyed when Vince came back to the main roster. I'm like, come on, bro.
Like,
Tripp's
let it go.
Vince, Tripp's trying to fix your catastrophe that you made.
He's trying to help you. He's trying to help you.
Yeah, he's trying to fix everything he messed up on, and now he's back and he's like power struggle.
And they're making it a worthy product again. But now, and then there's also saying there's supposed to be people showing up soon,
bro. And that's the thing. Next year, you have the whole the rumor is MJF still has not signed his extension. MJF has not signed his extension, as far last I heard. So it's like you also kind of have to watch that low key, because if MJF loses his title within the next 3 months before January,
yo, MJF gonna show up at the Rumble. You guys show up at that Rumble.
as long as Trips does his promotions and takes care of him, and Vince has nowhere near to do with anything MJF.
Don't go near MJF
I'm good.
at all.
I'm good. MJF is like the Miz turned up 10. And you know how much
the Miz hitting, bro.
And you know how much I love the Miz and call him underestimated by so many people. I am a big fan of the Miz.
First of all, the Miz probably executed one of the greatest promos of the year, period. When he beat the shit out of John Cena and he fought with the invisible John Cena. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that any better.
They got a weird program with him and Drew McIntyre going on. There's still that whole, and then on top of all of this, there's still the looming ginormous shadow of a Drew McIntyre that you don't know where he stands.
Yeah.
You just know he wants gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's tired of Drew tired of everybody's shit.
Yeah. So
Drew's tired of everybody's shit. That's
Priest winning also opens up the ginormous opportunity for Drew to be like, okay, I'm tired of playing games. I'm going after the new guy. And then you get Priest versus Drew. Oh, daddy. Oh, daddy.
Yeah. All right. Wait. So let's go back. What are the picks again for this main event?
Fuck. I don't know.
I'm going Seth just because your logic makes sense for Seth to win. But again, it is a last man standing match.
Yeah.
No one comes out of this okay. But I do think there is a 40% opportunity that Priest cash in.
Okay.
I got Shinsuke winning.
I do have Shinsuke winning too.
I would love it if Shinsuke won.
But I agree with your logic too, that there's a slight chance. Like what you said, Cody and Jay win, and then Priest was like, oh, I got no belt. Let me go figure that out real quick. And then he cashes in later that night, and he comes out Fastlane as the champion.
I would love it. The only thing I would have an issue with would be hot potatoing the title. But I think in this case it works, because then Priest would technically be the third champion. And Shinsuke would still have the shortest run. And it automatically gives you a going forward. It gives you Shin versus Damian.
You already have three reputable names.
Yeah. And neither one is a face. So now you get a weird, assassin-like Shinsuke with Damian being sheltered by the Judgment Day, but also hated by the Judgment Day. And then you have Finn and Shinsuke's past of like,
there's so much.
They go back. Like,
this is a
let's not
lot.
flip, they go
This
back.
is stressful. This is too much.
Like, ooh, wait a minute.
They could go anyway with these things. Anyway.
And then on top of that, you still have
everybody's and Rhea's over here acting like, you know, Rhea run shit. We know Rhea run shit. Don't get me wrong, we know mommy runs shit. But she don't really run shit. And she's thinking about everybody else's shit. She got a target on her back too. She has a lot of targets on her back. And there's a lot of people that are gonna be coming back soon around the surface. You know, Raquel, you know, Liv, you know, more people like Naya's good. Naya's around here. Naya's lurking in these streets. Like
you're only talking about the main roster. They're integrating NXT. There's still some dogs sniffing in NXT too.
Yep.
And then on top,
there's still a lot of people that were not on that firing list.
Yep. And on top of all of this, Paul Heyman is in Braun Breaker's corner for his match against Carmelo Hayes on Tuesday. So they're setting up the next Paul Heyman guy.
I couldn't believe when Paul Heyman said he was going to be in his corner. I said, "You got to be kidding me, Braun Breaker."
And it was per the instruction of the tribal chief. That is what's huge. It was so the tribal chief has vested interest in this match. Why?
For some reason.
Why? And then on the other side, you have John Cena. Who also then has a connection to LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and all of that is still connected.
Hold on. Also, wait. Didn't Solo and Breaker have a thing before Solo got jumped up?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why Paul's hanging around.
Yeah. And what's Paul's plan? Because if you watch Paul in the background of the whole thing, he's letting Jey Uso bury himself.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy.
He's letting Jimmy bury himself. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he knows the tribal chief ain't gonna tell his ass.
But that's the thing. Does Paul Heyman have a plan? Does Paul Heyman have a plan to usurp the tribal chief? And he's just gathering his forces now. Because in that case, that is one of the few ways you can turn Roman Reigns babyface.
Oh my god! I don't want babyface Roman yet. I'm not
saying. I'm saying because you have to think about it from the standpoint of Roman also doesn't have a lot of time left.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So I think they're gonna give him one more babyface run.
Him or Seth.
Yeah, neither one of those guys have a lot of time left. We're trying to extend Seth, but this man just wants to go to his grave on a sword. And I'm like, fam.
Like, why can't y'all do what y'all did to Sean and pay him to stay away for a little bit?
Yeah, like, relax.
Pay him to fucking get better. Can you, if I give you this amount of money, will you stay away and get better, please? We need you down the road, motherfucker. And imagine that, like, how great it would be to miss him for a while, just to miss him and not hear that Burn It Down music every week. Because then all of a sudden, after not hearing it for a year, and when you finally do, you like, like, you get that. You'll get that pop that Triple H got in MSG in 2001 when he came back. Because you'll get the pop that Cody got when he first came back to us here. Like, you'll
not even that.
You'll get that.
You may mess around and have a situation where, like, you can set up Seth to go away for a little bit, and you can set up a rematch with Seth and Damian at WrestleMania if you don't have an opponent. You can set up a match between Seth and Carmelo, Seth and Braun.
You could bring him back on anybody.
You can bring him back on LA Knight in, like, the best way.
Or maybe when he's gone, CM Punk will somehow get the belt, and then
he'll come back
and get it.
I refuse to acknowledge that man.
Oh man!
I mean, we hadn't mentioned him the whole time since we started live streaming.
No, I refuse to acknowledge Philip's existence.
I listen. I'm mad at Phil too. We all mad at Phil, but
that's why he's not Phil to me. He's Philip. Unless Philip brings AJ with him, I don't want to hear from Philip.
I miss AJ.
Unless it's on commentary. Commentary.
If there's any woman that I wish would come back, it would definitely be AJ, man.
It's AJ, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Love AJ. I miss AJ. She was the shit. She was my favorite. Let's light it up.
Yep. Any closing comments before we end this?
I don't know.
I feel like we've gone through so many
go.
possibilities that like now we're hyped for Fastlane, and I'm just ready to be disappointed.
I like that we don't know what's gonna happen.
I do, but I also feel like we've overhyped it to the point where there are so many possibilities, and they're gonna take the worst basic possible denominator, and it's not gonna be as entertaining.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna look back and be like, I like my plan better. I'm sorry, I like my plan better.
Listen, man, they've done a great job this year so far. There wasn't anything that was as lightly disappointing. Every pay-per-view this year has been a pretty good banger leading into later in the year. And now we're getting to the end of the year because you got to gear up for Survivor Series, and we're going right back to Rumble, which leads us right back to WrestleMania. So it's just starting the wheel all over again. I'm just excited to see who's on top of that wheel by January and April and how that pans out.
I still want them to bring back Armageddon. I need a instead of day one, I need Armageddon for like late December around Christmas. I need Armageddon.
Armageddon used to be like on New Year's Eve and shit.
Yeah, it was right before Royal Rumble.
Like, yep, I remember that. And give me a War Games and make Survivor Series War Games. William Regal, we know you're back there somewhere.
I don't know when that handshake
we know you're there
expired though. Because it's like William's been there for like two and a half years, something like that. I don't know how long the rest of his contract was, because if his contract would have expired with AEW anyway, I need for his music to hit.
He doesn't need to come. I just need your music for 1 minute. Well, not even 1 minute, 30 seconds. Let us cheer you out, and then you know what to do when you talking to that mic. You know what to say when you see a big ass group of people fighting. You know what to do. Just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just do that. Just do that. Just do that once, and then you can go, please.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we want from you. Like, I don't even care if it's in person. Like, we can have a pre-taped promo.
We love you, Sir William. Yes.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Yeah, sit him back in his office. Sit him in his old WWE office with his desk and his British flag with his cup of tea.
Yep.
Imagine they run it back and bring back to Jerry like some stupid shit. I will cry.
Like, gentlemen, it's come to my attention that there seems to be a bit of friction between all of you.
And now I can't have any more of this besmirching.
Yes, there's only one way to handle friction in WWE. Survivor Series. The four of you go to hell and battle in War Games.
Goosebumps, do it again.
You will have whole world.
It's like Mufasa. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives you the shudders, like ooh. Like when you said Ilya versus Finn, like I wanted to just.
I want it. I want it bad.
I need that money. But closing statements. I'm excited to see what happens because I'm excited for Survivor Series. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. I can't believe I'm watching NXT again. I was happy to talk to you guys today, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Jay?
I hope they don't disappoint me because I feel like I've hyped myself up way too much now. I hope they don't disappoint me.
Nah, I hear you. It seems like everything's getting back on track like it used to be with Black and Gold, so I have to watch NXT again.
It's white and gold, sir. There is no black and
gold. I'm saying like it was with Black and Gold. So I'm not saying and that's fine. That's why I love NXT. I was like, I can't watch it.
Also, I will say this. Pay special attention to Julius Creed, because I promise you, you think they screwed up with Chad Gable? Creed is what we wanted the second coming of Kurt Angle to be. Mm-hmm. Julius Creed is like Kurt Angle, but a powerhouse.
Oh damn.
Kurt Angle, Gable, and Big E.
It's like you took Kurt Angle's ring savvy and you put it in the body of Jason Jordan, it's kind of the only way I can describe it.
Okay.
Got it.
Like, pay special attention even to his brother. His brother is what you want Otis to be, but less funny. He's what you like physically. If Vince could make an Otis, it would be Brutus Creed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I'm talking like Homeboy's a heavy that does like springboard, like top rope springboard splashes easily. Not like, oh, I'm gonna jump over the rope. I'm talking about like I'm gonna jump on the top rope, physically on the top rope, and then do a springboard like barrel dive.
Right.
Like the spots that these kids can do are not human.
They're
it's
pretty
not
nuts.
fair.
They're pretty
if they
nuts.
book them right, I want them to be tag champions so bad. I want them on the main roster so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Hashtag, one more note, hashtag Dirty Dom is the greatest heel ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I said what I said.
God. Oh my God.
All right. So with that, thank you for joining us, honey, for another show. It's been a great one. Catch up. Put your comments in there. We'll see what you thought about what we said and if it came true or not, or what happened.
Who knows? Who knows what the hell's gonna happen? Who knows? We'll see.
Everybody enjoy the show.